Hey yo, it's your boy Los. Let's get it. All right, so as you can see, we are talking this afternoon about my man Emayus. Emayus's latest album, The Light Prevails. Actually not an album, it's a mixtape, and I'm gonna get to how beautiful that is in a second. But I gotta, before I get to all the possible hip hop array and praise and everything, I gotta clear something up real quick. Now, here's the funny part, right? So his name is Eric, right? E, that's my man. I've rocked with E for a very long time. I've known E for a minute, right? Was there before he got married, and when he got COVID, I had his back and caught a lot of flack from people about COVID's not real. I'm like, my man is on his deathbed and all that, right? You know, I've been cool with Eric. I talk to Eric almost every day. Real regular, me and Eric chop it up, get it in about something, right? Laugh, joke, whatever, serious prayer, whatever it may be, me and Eric get it in. Tell me why my man didn't even tell me he had a mixtape drop. I had to find out through the grapevine. Actually, no, I take that back. He did tell me, but he told me after it dropped, after he shared it with other people and got their views, and then was like, Los, can you do a review on my album, my mixtape? I'm like, bro, that hurt my feelings, man. I figured out of everybody who gave it to me first. But I get it. I got it now, so I'm rocking with it. But now, all jokes aside, excuse my voice, I'm getting over strep throat, and that is no fun. But I had to do this. I had to drop this review. I'm gonna keep saying album, but I promise you I mean mixtape. And it's funny, I think the reason why I've been saying, even as I've been thinking about this whole time, reason why I keep saying album as opposed to mixtape, because most cats, when they say this is my mixtape, it's really an album. So an album is really constructed, right? It is, you know, a core, a hook, you know, 3 verses, features, it's, you know, production, everything is pristine, everything is on point and it's precise. That's what most cats mixtapes, quote unquote mixtapes is. It's really just an album, you know what I'm saying? But they just throw the label mixtape on it, right? Very rarely do you get an actual mixtape. And for me, what a mixtape is, and the only thing missing on this this mixtape here was somebody hosting it, you know, a DJ hosting it. But it was definitely a DJ scratching throughout the whole joint. Each song was like maybe 1:30, maybe a minute, 2 minutes tops, whatever like that. Each song was beautifully crafted and rapped beautifully with the beauty of who Christ is, and even some transparency and things like that, right? Just really enjoyed it. But it had a very beautiful mixtape feel to it, where the whole album, like 17 songs, I believe, they was continuous. So track 1 at the end kind of flow right into track 2 with the DJ scratching it right into to push you into the very next track. And I loved it, man. This actually felt like a mixtape. When I first heard it, I was cleaning the house up and I had it playing, just bumping in the house, and it was a dope feel to think back to when I was a kid, when cats would drop mixtapes and you would just be like, yo, did you hear that? And go back and rewind at it, and that's how a lot of cats, you know what I'm saying, got their start back in the day, from dope mixtapes. Now it's, you know, SoundCloud and all that. But this here to me was a beautiful mixtape. I loved it. I loved every aspect of it. His wife, I was gonna say his homegirl, but his wife, Tori, she's on the song. I didn't know Tori had bars. Tori was pretty cool. She held her own. She had a little line there about being a realtor and real estate. It was pretty dope. I'm gonna mess it up, so I'm not gonna try to repeat it. But if you know, she does real estate, and it was dope. It was a nice little line. Very impressed with this. If I had anything negative to say about this album, right, outside of the fact that I didn't get it till late, but no, I'm playing. Only thing I have negative to say about this is the fact that it seemed like he freestyled this entire joint, and that's not really, that's not really a bad thing per se. My bad. That's not really a bad thing. It is, but it isn't, right? Eric is, if you know E, he will freestyle, yeah, at the drop of a dime. You say freestyle, he's on it. You say talk about, I remember watching the freestyle he did a while back, and I think he had just got out of COVID, and he had to pretty much, the dude hosting it, like pointing at stuff or whatever, just name things, and he had to freestyle top of his head, you know, saying what old boy said, and, you know, it was dope. He was nice with it. Voice was raspy and everything, but he still came with it, and it was dope. And so he's a freestyle type dude. But I personally, although this was a mixtape, so this is me saying what I didn't like about it, but it's not necessarily what I didn't like about it, but it's what I kind of want to see going forward, right? I want to see him sit down with a pen and a pad and actually construct an album, right? LL said something, and I've said this in a lot of reviews, and I'll continue to say this until I die. Every time I do a review, he said on the song I'm Bad, he said, if you want to hit, give me an hour plus a pen and a pad, I'm bad, right? What I loved about that was his way of telling the consumer, I respect you enough that I'm going to take the time to sit in this room with this pen and this paper and write you a masterpiece. You know what I'm saying? I respect your time, I respect your money so much that I'm going to take this time to write and design and craft a beautiful piece of art just for you. And so I love when I hear cats do that. When cats, you can just feel it. There's some songs on here where I think that he did that. I think he actually sat down and wrote, you know what I'm saying, some songs like that. But for the most part, this mixtape had a very freestyle feel to it. Still dope, still very, very cool. And I love, he stretched himself a little bit in this. He didn't just go with the simple okie doke vocabulary like cat, hat, bat, you know what I'm saying? No, he didn't do that. He stretched it out on a few songs, and excuse me, I was very impressed with that. Like I said, I've always known he had bars, always known he could spit, but it was just really cool hearing him take this to a different level. I love the production. I think the production was really good. I'm not sure who the DJ was, you know what I'm saying, but I feel like there was a beautiful connection with the two, between the DJ and between Eric and his bars. I felt like there was a vibe, man. They was on. They hit it, man. It was cool. I loved. Now here's just something he made a reference to the fact about. I think he's from Detroit because he made a reference about that in one of the songs about being the Pistons or whatever. But all right, so it had a beautiful, to me, an East Coast feel to it, right? And there's something about East Coast cats or East Coast feel where you don't mean to brag about how dope you are. You really don't, man. Especially, I'm talking about believers, right? Cross movement. Well, Evangel doesn't do that, but cross movement, you know what I'm saying? R Swift, you know, you can go down the line of dudes who from New York or Philly, in some shape, form, or Connecticut, or some shape, form, or fashion, as they're glorifying the Lord in some way, that kind of throw in just a little reminder, like, hey, yo, I'm nice with it. And on this, just to be straight, it's my man, but on this, there was a few bars where I thought I got you, where he was basically letting you know, all mind you, still glorifying the Lord, right? Still making much of who Christ is, but at the same time, literally telling you, I'm the best there is around, kind of ordeal, right? And, you know, it's funny, that usually throws me off, right? But I think he did it in such a way, such a slick way, where I couldn't be mad. And I couldn't, and not just because he's my man, but I just really couldn't be mad. I didn't take it in a braggadocious way. If anything, this is the way he did it, is the way that most cats try to do it, where they say, yo, I'm dope, I'm the man, because Christ made me that way, right? That's what he did, but in a more professional, I'm gonna say God-honoring way than most cats do it when they do that. Most cats, when they say it like that, they're really trying to brag and boast how dope they are. But I felt like Eric did it. I hope I'm making sense. It made sense to me. I didn't take it that way, take it in a bad way, but I think he came rated though. He had a couple features on here. Cat named AD, don't know who he is, but he came nice with it though. Somebody else towards the end, nice with it. Like I said, overall it was a beautiful mixtape, man. I do challenge him on this. Moving forward, we have so many cats in our crew that we rock with, whether in our thread or on Reform Bars, Facebook.com/Reform Bars, that we get with. I challenge him to link up with them on the next joint and to just make the next one even more fire than this one here was. But yeah, I'm a fan. I was shocked. I'm not gonna lie to you. Just to be straight with you right now, mind you, that's my man. I hear him all the time. I talk to him all the time. I knew he had it. I knew he was dope with it. He was cool. Well, correction. I knew he was cool with it, but I didn't know he was dope with it until I heard this, and I was like, wow, my man pretty nice with it, man. Like, yeah, I've been sleeping on him a little bit. Like, I thought I was on top, but I guess I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I salute the homie, man, for real. Yeah. Like I said, and not backtracking. I'm still, like I said, I enjoyed the freestyle. I'm dead serious about the next one. I want it to be maybe 1 or 2 freestyle joints, but for the most part, man, just lock yourself in the room, quote unquote, and just, man, write a masterpiece, bro. Be very transparent. One thing I love about him, he's very transparent. He does not care if you make fun of what he's about to say about himself. He's a dope father. Loves his son, man. He you know what I'm saying? He talks about that. I love how he didn't bash his baby mama in one of the songs. He even talked about going to her wedding or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was pretty cool. Like, just being transparent in that. The intro, I believe, was obviously before he was married, because he made mention about not having a wife, trying to find a wife or something like that. He got a wife. But yeah, overall, I'm sorry I'm rambling, but overall, salute, my guy. And anybody knows me know you my man or not. If you whack, I'm gonna tell you whack. I have no problem doing that. This was not whack at all. This was really good. Now, I'm gonna be straight with you. Like I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it respectfully a 7.5, an 8, only because the thing that I love was the thing that I didn't want. I love that it was a mixtape style and it's freestyle, but I didn't. It was too easy for me to tell that it was a freestyle. I don't think I'm making a lot of sense. I'm sorry, y'all. I love that he was freestyle. I love that he showed his gift to freestyle. I think I just hated that all 17 songs were freestyle. Well, not 17, I'm gonna say maybe 14. But majority of the songs on the album was freestyle, and I just wasn't a fan of that. I wish he would have, you know what I'm saying, taken more time and, as a consumer, respected us a little bit more and given us some written bars. But overall, man, and also, man, I want to hear some of our peoples, you know what I'm saying, on there. My man Barlow, my man Brad, you know what I'm saying, Jones, you know what I'm saying, the Apologists. I mean, we got peoples, man. I would just love to hear them, you know what I'm saying, rapping on something like this here, though. But anyways, man, enough about that. My man, mad respect, mad love. You did that. Can't wait for the next joint, bro. And next time, let me get it early. All right? Don't play it. Love y'all, bro. Y'all be good. Love y'all. Y'all be good. Grace.